Alright, so Assalamu alaikum. We are going to continue the lecture on family, on what we were discussing about families, and this is going to be a slightly longer discussion, so this will be divided into 3 to 4 videos, so I urge you to watch all of them. The topic where we are starting, where we left last time, and the topic which we are going to start now is related to the family roles, the marriage, and the nature of the relationship in the family as it is changing. Now, one thing that you have to understand in sociology is that things are not static, they are changing. Family had a structure in the pre-industrial age, then it had a structure later on. We are still evolving, and the process of change is constant. But the one thing which is constant about the family is that it provides a social space in which children are born and raised. So that function of the family existed in the past, and it exists even today. It provides the social space where children are raised. But the functions it performed, arguably, yes, they have changed. And how have they changed? Now there are a range of complementary agencies such as schools, hospitals, welfare agencies, which have taken over some roles which were performed by families in the past. So this is where we stopped. We also said that previously families used to be places, they used to be units where production used to take place. Today, families are essentially units where consumption takes place. So we are now in the realm of the consumption family. All right. Within the family, you have adults and you have children. The requirement of adults has undergone a change. The nature and extent of childhood, that has also undergone a change. So the function of the family, which is now a big challenge for the family, is how to continue to maintain emotional attachment between its members. Today, in today's family, there is less emphasis on economic production and more emphasis on how to maintain emotional attachments between the various members of the family, because now it's no longer working as a school, it's no longer working as a workplace. Previously it was a place where production used to take place. There was a farm, there was economic activity going on inside the family, inside the house, but that has changed. So the nature of the family now is that emotional attachments have to be built and sustained, and the natural parents are playing a very important role in primary socialization. Now here, again, if you have given the introduction, then immediately you have to start giving references. Now in this context, who is the thinker whose reference here matters? Parsons. Okay, so the first person here that you have to remember is Parsons, and Parsons says that family members provide physical, emotional, psychological, and economic support and companionship to each other. All right, so this is the research that he did and the opinions that he came up with, the conclusions that he came up with. They can be summed up in one line, that family members are providing physical, emotional, psychological, and economic support to each other. And how are they doing it? They are doing it through the development of affective relationships. Right? So the affective relationship is now based on affection, it is based on love and emotional attachments that people develop. So in this regard, there are two concepts that crop up, there are two concepts that emerge. The first is the concept of the particularistic values, and the second is the concept of the universalistic values. So what happens in particularistic value? There are particularistic values between members of the family. Alright, and this is in opposition to universalistic value. So let's look at universalistic value first, and then we will try to understand in reverse what the particularistic value of the family is. The universalistic values say that whatever values you have, whatever principles you have, for example, they will apply to every person regardless of any situation. Classic example of this is the law. Now in the law you say that in the eyes of the law, everybody is equal, everybody is the same, right? So this is a classic application of universalistic value system. The law has to be universalistic. For in the eyes of the law, no one is special, right? So that is universalistic. In a universalistic scheme of things, the values apply to everyone regardless of who that person is, regardless of what his situation is. In the United States, they write on the building of the Supreme Court, equal justice under law. What are they trying to say? We look at everyone in the same way. For us, no one is special. Now, flip the situation, go to the family. This universalism cannot and must not apply to the family. Everyone is not the same in the eyes of the family members. All right? The family members are going to treat different people differently. You cannot say that my neighbor, I will treat my neighbor the same way as I treat my son. No, the son has certain characteristics. In other words, he has some particular characteristics which makes him special. And unless and until that person is not special to you based on his characteristics and based on his situation, the family will not function properly. So in a family, you cannot afford to have universalistic values. You will have particularistic values. People are different and they will be treated differently on the basis of their particular traits and their particular situation. All right, so this topic is not finished. We are going to continue this in the next video, and we will take the discussion of how families are functioning in the next video which follows this.